Hey. I don't even want to say good morning, but good morning and welcome to Mo Knows featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. Okay. Starting when I go to sleep the next time, the phone is going on the other side of the room. I can't. Hey, honey bunny. I can't. But I'm going to tell y'all, I've been having I don't know what the fuck, but my chest has been killing me all night. No, people won't let me sleep. When a deadbeat sends you a message, I haven't even written his ass back. Let me play for y'all the message deadbeat sent me. Deadbeat would be the person. Um, it is it's not sleeting outside for me. It's raining though, and this is part of the night I'm not gonna be able to sleep because my child is still in the street. So until my child arrives, um, there just becomes a point in the middle of the night when I wake up to travel home with my child. Yeah, and that's it. Now y'all might be hearing a humming sound. Oh fuck, it's not going on. Hold on, I'm looking for. It must be up there. Okay. I'm sorry. My little anal ass gotta put shit back the way I got it. All right. So to give y'all a layout of the land, I got a text message from Deadbeat. Every woman has one. He's at the front door. He's at the front door laying across it like that. At my front door, because there's a little dip in it, right? I don't know how many inches it is. But I put the square hamper thing that I got from IKEA is by the front door because the front door is right in front of the bathroom. You open the front door, you're looking into the bathroom. So we have the hamper bin for now in that spot because the bathroom doesn't have enough room for a hamper. Anyway, Nugget has a tendency to climb, because he could stand tall and grab shit out of the hamper bag to lay on. So that motherfucker got clothes, dirty clothes, that he done made a home. I was like, so I seen that and I said, Mo, you and T need a separate hamper bag because this motherfucker's pulling clothes out of shit and just laying on shit. And that's it. All right, here's the other wire that I use to connect to the phone. And that's it. Hey, Joanna, I know the West Coast is not going to have a problem listening. So I just want to recap. Let's talk about something other than some motherfuckers that are eating potted meat. Because some of us is going to be eating some potted meat or not going to be eating shit at all the way this shit is going down. Now, yesterday I left my live with what should I be purchasing while I'm on this containment bullshit? Hey, Zero. And um, this shit just got fucking serious to me. Like I woke up in a Siri song, right? First I get this crazy ass message that I'm gonna play for y'all. Then, all right, everyone knows I work on Wall Street or I work for something that's related to Wall Street. Has everything to do with the stock market. I never really talk about what they do as a company because I'm just in the legal department, right? of the firm. That's everything we do has to deal with finance. The National Guard is already here. In New York, it is traditional, and I've said this numerous times. In New York, they always do something on a small scale. They do a pilot test program on a small subset of people, and then they expand it out on a big group of people. So the New Rochelle containment, which began officially sometime, I thought that shit began on Purim, which was Tuesday, when it officially took place on whatever yesterday was, Thursday. So I found that interesting. Hey, I found that interesting because I'm talking about the National Guard and I'm watching my words. I'm being very, I'm thinking about my words before I say it, so that's the delay. Motherfuckers, this is beyond being hit by a car. This is just also me being hit by money. Okay. I don't fuck with my money, my man, or my kids, right? So, um, so I wanted to see what that looked like. The NBA closed down, the NFL closed down, the national, whatever fucking baseball calls themselves, they ain't even gonna open up. Right? So spring training, I didn't know that shit started in March. I always thought that shit started in May, but maybe I could be wrong. Maybe they normally start in April. I don't know. NFL? No, it was whoever the fucking hockey people are, the NHL, right? They were still playing, right? Ugh. They still playing. Okay. So let me play this message for you first. But as I played this stupid message, because when your baby daddy send you a message, you just be like, And then as I went to go listen to it, I see this shit. Breaking news: U.S. launches airstrikes against Iran. Who the fuck would? All I saw was Iran, to be quite honest. Before I was like, backed group that hit Iraq base. Oh, please do not be up in here talking about you scared. This shit is life. This is life. Oh, then yesterday they closed down Broadway. But I can't really be a rumble because on my floor in the business that normally has, and I counted the seats yesterday. What was the number I came up to? What was 18 times 4 times 5? Whatever that number is, 18 times 5. Oh, yeah, I remember. There were 27 people present in a space that had 72 seats. I was on the elevator at work and security gets on the elevator with me. I'm in the thing because I'm doing all kinds of fucking shit and pressing buttons with fucking elbows and knees and toes and shit because I don't want to touch it with my hands. And out of a joke, they was like the only motherfuckers that'll be here, but they didn't say motherfuckers. They said the only people that'll be here will be legal. They the only ones holding the building down. Oh, but even no, I was counting how many cubicles was in the space. So each section has 18. There's 5 sections. You know how many employees could be in how many employees are in that space that actually sit in those cubicles, the 18s or whatever, came out to 72. So what I'm saying is that in a space where 72 people are seated on a daily basis, we were down to 27 people. All right, tell me if y'all could hear this thing, because I want to get this over with first. This bullshit, right here first.
Hey you guys, just wanted to give hey you guys Hey you guys, just wanted to give you a crucial update. So my cousin that works for the Pentagon, my aunt that lives in DC, and my friend that works for the government in Knoxville, between last night and today, I've had 3 people notify me that has not been announced yet. But the U.S. is about to go on a 4-week quarantine, which means you cannot leave your home. You can't go to anywhere that you can do sales transactions like grocery stores, shopping, movies, anything like that. So in about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, they're going to announce this shutdown. Once the shutdown is in place or the warning, everything from the grocery store is going to be cleared out. At this time, it's critical that you stock up on canned goods, frozen food, things that you'll be able to survive off of 2 weeks from or 4 weeks for. Toilet tissue, paper towels. It's bigger than just Clorox and bleach. You got to be able to feed your family.
Okay. What did I just hear her say?
Hey, you guys, just wanted to give you a crucial update. So, my cousin that works for the Pentagon, my aunt that lives in DC, and my friend that
So her cousin that works for the Pentagon, her aunt worked for boom, 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 and boom, 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 right? She just couldn't say my peoples, but go ahead.
Hey, you guys, just wanted to give you a crucial update. So, my cousin that works for the Pentagon, my aunt that lives in DC, and my friend that works for the government in Knoxville, between last night and today, I've had 3 people notify me that has not been announced yet. But the U.S. is about to go on a 4-week quarantine, which means you cannot leave your home. You can't go to anywhere that you can do sales transactions like grocery stores, shopping, movies, anything like that. So in about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, they're going to announce this shutdown. Once the shutdown is in place or the warning, everything from the grocery store is going to be cleared out. At this time, it's critical that you stock up on canned goods, frozen food, things that you'll be able to survive off of 2 weeks from or 4 weeks for. Toilet tissue, paper towels. It's bigger than just Clorox and bleach. You got to be able to feed your family.
Okay. I ain't answering him back on this shit. But I hate he woke me up with this bullshit. Um, I'm gonna say this to folks. You should always have food in your home. You should always have food in your home. You should be wise in circumstances like this, what you do. Now somebody wrote something in my comments yesterday. And I removed it because you gotta watch how you talk to me. Now I don't think people realize that what they write and how they speak. I understand the sentiment of what the person was saying, but you have to watch how you speak to me because I get offended easily and I don't like to be offended easily. Okay. I stood here on the live yesterday and I said, one, I'm gonna come back tonight and we're gonna plan out what are the appropriate things to get to eat, right? Um, because when you have now went to no meat and stuff, I'm living more on a plant based type of diet. So all the stuff I buy is really fresh to the week because the shit is not going to keep for 2 or 3 weeks. All right. So, you know, I got to work on that. Right. I gotta work on that. Now, I ain't gonna have too many problems because my father got sweet potatoes for days over at his house because he normally has a garden and shit. So I'm gonna go look inside his pantry first to see what he got inside his cellar shit thing he always has. There's always something down there or whatever. So I guess we'll be living on 10. We will be having everything sweet potato because I understand there's a lot of sweet potatoes over there, right? We'll be fine, right? But I also said I'm getting my money, bills with people's faces on it, presidents and shit, out of the motherfucking bank. Yes. And there are limits. And as I said that, the person wrote, it's not wise, a wise person or some wise shit to tell people you going to the bank to withdraw money. All right, listen. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's not wise to leave my motherfucking money inside the motherfucking bank. How about that? But you go right ahead and you leave your 2 cents inside the bank. I'm going to grab my thousands while I can. And this is shit that let me know that I'm on the right track. When I went to the bank yesterday, it had a withdrawal limit of $200. I will take my ass down to the inside with the teller tomorrow and get my motherfucking money out the bank. All of it. I will leave them change. When they deposit my check next week, then I worry about that. Because I am an avid believer that cash rules everything around me. And if some shit gets on lockdown, my cash is going to get my ass around. My plastic is not. Cash is spent and forgotten. The weird shit is that because I'm on the cash envelope system for most of my stuff, and I haven't been wanting to spend money, when I went into all my little envelopes, I got like 200 for ordo, this for this. I was like, oh shit, I got money. And don't nobody ask me for 5 cents from this YouTube because the answer is going to be no. At the end of the day, the answer is going to be no because that money is still allocated for shit. Okay. So if you mad at me because I said I'm going to get my money out the bank and you want to tell me that I need to protect myself by saying it, you keep your money in there. I done told you people, when 9/11 hit, I was going to breakfast with my dad. And my dad did a fucking 360 on me in the car when we saw the first plane hit the thing. Because we were sitting, we didn't see it. We were sitting inside his truck. He dropped my mother off at what she had to do. I went in and I voted. Don't forget about the poor folk. You gotta be kidding me. No, ain't no poor folk. Save your motherfucking money. I go from one check to the next check, holding on to the first check. I won't pay your motherfucking bill until the next check come around. Then I'll be like, all right, so let me see who I'm gonna pay because you need to have some kind of foundation. I ain't no rich bitch, but I ain't no stupid one either. I need to be able to get to the next check. I'm not up here buying plates. That part, and I'm not trying to be funny. You understand? Like I love things. Like I love to have me. You ever notice, like I said, I could go into the Gucci store and I could walk out with one of those bags on that day, but I don't because you gotta then be like, oh, I don't want to spend my money like that. All right, what the fuck? Anyway, I might need that money to get in my vehicle if I could drive incognito to get to somebody's shit and let them take me in because I don't want to be quarantined in some bullshit like this. You ever seen a movie where the person pulls out their fucking American Express card when they're trying to be on the Underground Railroad and they like, here, use my credit card for this. I do believe they have cash. Now, that's enough being said. So the sentiment for me was to tell people to get you some cash in your pocket. Cause I'm gonna get me some for me. Okay. Now, if you feel like that's a unwise thing for me to do because that's what I said, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but that is how I feel. The governor of New York has quarantined a group of people that live in New Rochelle based on a synagogue and who will attend the synagogue. I am not familiar with the area that he cordoned off. I do not know if people of that persuasion that attend that synagogue live in that same neighborhood. But what I do know about the area of New Rochelle is that I had my son attend 2 schools up there in his school age career when he was up there. And the people that generally lived in the neighborhood were black and brown people. When they interviewed people, the media, that is, the mainstream media, they seem to have interviewed black and brown people to ask them how they was going to be impacted. Because just because the business of the synagogue was located in there, the surrounding people that live in that area may not have necessarily been the attendees of the synagogue. The reason why he invoked martial law is because this week was a holy holiday for the Jewish people called Purim, Purim, and they would have congregated to celebrate their religion. Now, I have said maybe they should have let the natural order of shit occur because it was a religious thing. And to tell people that they cannot congregate in a group to carry out their religion because you are afraid that since all of them are infested, that it was going to be a bigger community spread, that takes big cojones as the governor. So shout out to the governor for doing it. But I also said it has far worse repercussions for people of color. Because when they come to initiate these things moving forward, because these privileged people would do this shit anyway. And the reason why I know they would do this shit anyway is because I'm sitting in the office with somebody whose son was quarantined for whatever reason, whatever purpose. She still brought her ass to work and decided not to tell any of us, but told somebody, and then eventually it got out. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say to you is that they would have done it anyway because they have no regard for their neighbor. They only see themselves. So I feel a certain kind of way about that. Good evening, T. You're so stupid. Anyway, that's about that. That should just have me. That so I've been upset about it. Now that's what they would have done, and I just feel like they should have let them all gather to carry out their religion because sooner or later people gonna be upset. Then they don't seem to be upset that if they could die because they conjugate together because they didn't have no problem with that. They don't have no problem doing that, and that's it. And you can't go. We can't continue to circumvent the natural order of occurrences because when you circumvent the natural order of occurrences, we end up with what people don't want to take as straight shit, global warming, whatever. Did TT speak to me? Because I had the headphones on. I couldn't hear. This bitch is in here blow drying her hair. Oh, she went to the hair salon today. So that's it. All right, so that's the first thing. I'm sure he's testing to see if he could branch that shit out to another thing, to another place. I am angry that I live in New York right now. Angry as fuck that I live here. I needed to have my ass in Jersey because this shit is terrible. I'm angry. So what you're hearing from me tonight, I'm angry. I'm angry about all of this. Let's go on. Let's find out what this war was about today. The market, before it could open, already plunged because of the man's overnight speech. No president, check the history, does these kind of announcements on a Wednesday night. They normally always do it on a Tuesday night. There are repercussions there's deep financial repercussions. If you remember the other day, we were talking about trading was 2 plus 3. You always want to end the week off on your worst note. So when you come back to the next week, it will not be overlap. People time makes people settle on their money. T plus 2, if you traded on a Tuesday before the president would speak, by the whatever his impact was, you would see it by Friday. It wouldn't run into the Monday stock market. It wouldn't start a whole new stock market. I believe all the other crashes have always been on Tuesdays or stuff like that. This dude did a whole press conference on a Wednesday. Agent Orange is the dude. Did a whole press conference on a Wednesday advising us I'm having chest pains. What the fuck? Advising us that he shut down travel. He don't want them motherfuckers in our country. Now, I'm gonna say this. I wasn't mad at him. And I don't like Agent Orange. But I ain't mad at him. If your ass is infested with something, right? How you want to go travel to talk to other people when you infested? Now, I do understand wanting to come to America and get some of our good medical treatment, but it's irresponsible. Now, I want to tell y'all some shit I heard the lady say out of her mouth, the one whose son was quarantined or whatever, self-quarantine. What she said yesterday in the office that had the floor walked off. Out of nowhere, she decides to come out of her fucking office and talk to the financial dude on the other side, because you know all the different attorneys do different things. She went over to the financial attorney and she's up there. This motherfucker is talking to her and he is like this, seat all the way back. He's like, so, you know, like trying, like he never postures like that. So he done heard about you, bitch. So she says, you know what? They acting like we're going to be like zombies or something, walking around here like zombies. The new British dude, the new British attorney, he said, I can't. He put on his coat and just walked out. I said, ugh, this shit right here. Yeah. I ain't speaking to her at all. My ass got Lysol under the desk every time she walked by. I'm all around me because I'm just doing a shield around me. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I know one thing. I will not be at work come Monday. I will be driving into Jersey tomorrow, so I will check in and then I will go shopping and get my groceries and everything in the daytime while I'm supposed to be at work. I will go do my laundry, whatever laundry I would have did on Saturday. I will do my laundry tomorrow at work because I'm over this. So I can stay in my bed on Saturday like this and watch Donald Trump having war with people. So let's see what this shit is about. I can't fucking believe this. And no, I didn't check it really out when I saw y'all because I already know they're gonna be in a frenzy or mourning because it's gonna be other people not being able to make call. The U.S. launch. What did you say? Wait a minute. Why you think they gonna quarantine New York? Don't pay your dad any attention. That person. Watch this. What canned food do you want, T? Soup and tuna. Didn't I know what my child was gonna want? I said I'm only gonna get some damn canned soup and some tuna. Anything else? You want to try corn in a can? I don't think so. The refrigerator is going to work, but I'm not spending $1 zillion on food just to have food. You want more what? You want red grapes and green grapes? All right, write a list, honey. Watch this. They ain't closed down your job? Okay. Okay. Calm down, child. Okay, calm down. I got one more question because I'm on the live, right? But I got one more question for you. You sure about that? Because how? What's the capacity? That's what I meant to type. 1,148. Yeah, I looked at that this morning. And I was like, yeah, because he said any place where 500 Don't be giving me all this back talk. We patiently waiting. What?
Don't
No.
be giving me all this back talk. We patiently waiting.
Oh.
It started raining. No. My hair got messed up.
What happened, honey?
It started raining, so my hair got messed up. So that was $3 down.
No, it wasn't. Who did your hair?
Elena wasn't there. I guess because I got there too early, she wasn't there. The lady you don't like anymore.
Yeah, she can't do hair. That's why. No, you need the good person with the good blowout.
Yeah, like Elena and then the pregnant girl.
The pregnant girl. The other lady didn't do such a bad job. The one that's in the third booth. Okay, moving on. A few things about Mr. Agent Orange. I'm not mad at him that he put on a travel ban to these people right now. I think he wanted to do that all along, but was afraid that people was gonna stop him in his track. He might be the best worst thing to happen to this stupid in this event. He could be the best worst thing that happened. T, can you turn on that fan right there? Can you turn on the fan right there because the thing? Okay, thank you, honey. All right. Sorry, I do have to speak. I apologize for that. I do have to speak to my child when she comes inside. Can you turn on the fan? The one right there.
The one right here doesn't work. Oh, it works now. It was not working.
Well, fans are not supposed to be on in the wintertime, so.
Well, heat is not supposed to be killing you.
Okay. Nugget, go with her. Get away from me.
We should put all the coins together and then take it to the bank.
Okay.
Come on, Nugget. Come on.
Do you really believe this virus is as serious as it's portrayed? Until I have a friend with it, I'm gonna say it could be. Until I directly know somebody with it, I'm gonna say it could be. But since most people believe that we may not be privy to it at this point in time, I'm going with that. I'm saying this, and I said this today. I'm not taking no no kind of flu shots or whatever fucking kind of shots they're gonna come up with. I'm not doing. Oh, wait a minute. So didn't Trump invade a country, kill the leader, and now we have COVID-19 and whole up shortness of breath, cousin? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I told you guys I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor's office the other day and I couldn't get seen because these motherfucking walk-ins. I made an appointment. These fucking walk-ins were going ahead of me. So that's it. Yeah. I keep going like I don't know what it is. So maybe all of that glowing these people talking about, maybe I'm sweating. No. It's hot like hell inside this apartment, but I ain't mad at them because they got heat. Because remember when I was in the apartment, I understand. I understand what symptoms are. I understand what people are getting. I also understand that my daughter had the whole flu a couple weeks ago in here.
I'm so glad I got the flu a couple of weeks ago.
Why are you so glad you got the flu?
There was no coronavirus in New York. So when I got the flu, I got the flu.
Okay, honey. She got the flu a couple weeks ago, as y'all may recall. And I was in here with her sanitizing shit and making sure I didn't get whatever she had. But I'm around nasty fucks. You know, I have to go on the train system or whatever. And Remind me to do one of the uploads as I'm on the train tomorrow. Like try to do a video while I'm on the train tomorrow to show y'all what I look like on the train and you should see these people looking at me. But I am completely I don't have a hazard suit, but I'm complete I won't be taking the train in tomorrow. I'm taking
You want to do a Naomi Campbell?
I looked like Naomi Campbell. I was probably all cute and shit.
Naomi Campbell don't play that though.
No, but I'm driving into work tomorrow because I have to go shopping.
Or we gotta get some food.
Yeah, I gotta get some food. So I have to go shopping. And I'm gonna go in the office, check in, see what's going on, and I'm gonna send my boss an email and say I have to go shopping. Have to go food shopping. I'll be back.
Don't try to get toilet paper. There's none.
That was the let me tell you about the people next door to us. The ones with the how many kids do they have over there? The black people. No, I thought there was two little girls and the lady and then the man. The tall light skinned guy. I can't stand him. It's a tall light skinned guy. I already seen him in the hallway in his birthday suit. Like he was
Oh, the guy
when he was
Rob.
yeah, that the one that went yeah. So yesterday when I came in, they had 6 rolls of Charmin toilet tissue. I'm gonna say it again. If you are buying 2-ply soft ass toilet tissue, few things to know. It clogs the toilet because it takes longer to degrade. Remember, my father was a plumber, so that was most of the backups that we had when I was a kid and had to snake the toilet.
I think your mom will buy Charmin. She would buy
No,
Charmin.
I buy hard ass toilet tissue. Scott. But I don't even buy Scott. I buy whatever the store brand toilet tissue is called. Wegmans toilet tissue. And I don't got no problem. These people, so this is why y'all running out of toilet tissue. Y'all better start taking them two plies apart and using that shit in 2 pieces. That's why they buying so much toilet tissue. Cause the shit keep running out because they ain't got enough sheets. I get 1,000 sheets every time. Look on the fucking package. It says each roll got 1,000 sheets. When you're buying that soft ass roll of tissue, it says 2-ply 75 sheets or some bullshit number like that. This why y'all ain't got no damn money. Y'all like you gotta read the shit. Read. Reading is fundamental. Hey MATC. Okay. Next up. We were gonna read how we bomb somebody. No, I'm no. The tool this let me go get the roller tool tissue and read what that one says. What's better for your ass? Hard tissue or soft ass can be tissue that you only get in 75 sheets to a roll because they're double ply. You know, in some places, that's why they have the bidet. And you know, when you take a shit, then the bidet comes up and the water comes out to wash your ass. Afterwards, it goes, right? It gets all up in there. The water gets all up in there. Because all you got to do is wash your ass. You could take a shit and jump in the tub and wash your ass. You never have to use no toilet tissue. I ain't never did that, but that's a suggestion if you ain't got no tissue. I never knew how important tissue was until this thing right here. Now I do know in New Jersey, I was at Walmart in Kearney the other day when people said the Walmart in Kearney was shut down. So I just took a pause because I had just come out of it. So I wasn't sure if it closed down after I was in it or what. So I didn't go contradicting anybody around here because I only could tell you what I know, when I went there. And I'm not going to the one in Kearney tomorrow. I'm going to Teterboro because I'm trying to go to the closest one. But and I might not even go there because I'm be coming from somewhere else. I might be going to Kearney because I forgot I'm coming from the direction of my job. But in any event, no, I'm going to the one by my job. Anyway, soft tissue makes dingleberries. I don't know. But I'm sure they had Charmin. Please don't squeeze the Charmin. Please don't squeeze the Charmin. All right, let me take this serious. Let's see what according to the Washington Associated Press, the U.S. launched airstrikes Thursday in Iraq, targeting the Iranian-backed Shia militia members believed responsible for the rocket attack that killed and wounded American and British troops at a base north of Baghdad, the Pentagon said. All right, what the Pentagon didn't say is when they did this attack. Not when the US launched this shit, but when these people did this attack. Like, we already in some shit. We got somebody's virus up in here fucking up people. You got the stock market going down. People's monies is going all kinds of ways. You probably will get rich people jumping off of buildings any day now, any moment now. And then you throwing missile bombs at people. Moving on. If this ain't no Hitler type shit, I don't know what is. Hitler-esque type stuff. Oh, please. Oh, please. U.S. officials said multiple strikes by U.S. fighter jets hit 5 locations and mainly targeted something weapons facilities inside Iraq. I don't know who these people is, so I can't pronounce the names, and I'm not going to try to pretend. A Defense Department statement said the strikes targeted 5 weapons storage facilities to specifically degrade their ability to conduct future attacks. I'm with that. That sounds strategic. Take out the man's ammo. The strikes marked a rapid escalation in tensions with Tehran and its proxy groups in Iraq, just 2 months after Iran carried out a massive ballistic missile strike against American troops at a base in Iraq. Now, I want to pause there. Does everybody recall that event? When we struck them, killed somebody really high figure in their ranking, and then they came back and struck something, and then we heard nobody died. And then we started to hear that a lot of military people were being treated for something else. And then now we got COVID-19. Is that what you were saying, Cuzzo? No, I don't want to say Cuzzo because I don't want to sound like the mental people over in Coffee Land. I want to sound like me, Joy, from down the hill, up the hill, around the corner, and down the block. Is that what you're referring to in the previous statement that I held up there that had a typo that you was upset about? That came just hours after top U.S. defense leaders threatened retaliation for the Wednesday rocket attack, making clear, all right, so now we understand that this occurred on Wednesday. So these people did some shit on Wednesday, and on Thursday, we went and took out the ammo. I'm decoding for people that don't understand what's in black and white. That is what this article says. They came just hours after top U.S. defense leaders threatened retaliation for the Wednesday rocket attack, making clear that they knew who did it and that the attackers would be held accountable. The United States will not tolerate attacks against our people, our interests, or our allies. Motherfucker, how you even gonna call somebody an ally when the other people are so mad at you because you shut down travel to their country? So is this trying to remind folks? You ever had somebody do some shit to you and then say, see, you still, and then the person be like, yo, I can't believe this motherfucker did this without any consultation with me or whatever. And then they do something else to remind you that you are codependent on them. Being white in America is powerful. To remind you that you are codependent on them for shit. And now here is the essence of it. The United States will not tolerate attacks against our people, our interests, or our allies. We will block your asses from coming over here to visit us. Then we will show you just how important we are to you, to your survival. They said, oh, you didn't even consult with us before you made an announcement that you wasn't going to let us in your country. Do you just keep letting people in to destroy you? Like, where do we do this at? So I'm not a supporter of what we got in office when and where are these what was the commission that they are? Where are all of these people that was so upset and were talking about impeaching somebody? What have they been saying? You heard anything from them lately? Just checking. Because I don't be everywhere. So maybe y'all heard something. I was too busy trying to figure out how people was going to get money. I wasn't sure how other stuff was going down. Actually, to be quite honest, I've been at work, but I've been on strike because I just cannot believe that somebody just brought their ass inside the office. I'm still trying to recover from that. So I actually go in, sit at my desk, and was like this when people walk around me. That's it. But I know one thing. I have a mission tomorrow, but I won't be back there. They'll have to send me a nice email and talk about, can you please log in from home? The Pentagon statement said the facilities hit in the precision strikes were used to store weapons used to target the U.S. and coalition forces. It called the counterattack defensive, proportional, and in direct response to the threat posed by the Iranian-backed Shia militia groups. U.S. officials said the locations of the strikes was largely around the Baghdad region. One U.S. official said there were 2 strikes at something something, one in Karabakh. All right, I don't know these places. They was just striking shit. Okay, so let's concede to that. All right, the official said the U.S. Expected casualties would be lower than 50 and said the main effort was to hit the weapons. The officials spoke on condition of anonymity because some details about the operations had not been made public. An official with the Parliamentary Popular Mobilization Unit told the Associated Press that 2 Iraqi federal police personnel were killed and okay, I don't know what that fucking place is, but some place with a J. An Iraqi military statement said the aerial aggression occurred at 1:15 a.m. in the areas of some other shit. And Alexandria, on the headquarters of Popular Mobilization Unit, emergency. Is that regiments? I don't know. And commandos of the 9th Division of the Iraqi Army. Okay, this is like speaking foreign shit to me. I don't understand this shit. At the White House, I had to go to shit that I think I could understand. We're going to take this one step at a time, but we've got to hold the perpetrators accountable. You don't get to shoot at our bases and kill and wound Americans and get away with it. Okay, at the White House, Trump said, and Trump also hinted that the U.S. counterpunch could be coming, telling reporters, we'll see what the response is. With a high degree of certainty, who launched the attack. This is just crazy. On Capitol Hill earlier in the day, Marine General somebody McKenzie, the top U.S. commander for the Middle East, told senators the death of U.S. and coalition troops created a red line. They got red lines going on now. We got some kind of sickly, deadly disease. No, we got a pandemic disease situation because the WHO, the World whatever organization, said we got it. And this man is over here drawing red lines and saying, I can't. This has created a red line for the U.S., but say he didn't think Iran has a good understanding of where our red line is. Do you have one? So it sounds like he's saying his red line is if you attack us, our interests, or our allies, we will throw a red line. But which allies are you willing to protect? 2 U.S. troops and 1 British service member were killed and 14 other personnel were wounded when 18 rockets hit the base Wednesday. The U.S. military said the 107 millimeter whatever rockets were fired from a truck launcher that was found by Iraqi security forces near the base after the attack. Okay, that's their account of shit. So I am, You saw a whole fucking incoming shit. We ain't have one of those drone little things to go woo, 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 and fly over and blow the shit up. Like all I was hearing about was droning. So we not droning no more. We not droning people. We not doing that. But we know a whole truck, a little truck came up, pulled up to somewhere and fired away at us. A truck. Where's the truck now? What condition is that truck in? Okay. Just checking. All right. So now someone sent me a text message and said some shit about China. This New York guy has coronavirus protection all figured out. All right, let's see what he had to say. Because New York is a funny as fuck. Here in New York, we have the most cases of coronavirus in the United States, so understandably cautionary measures are being taken. We told you about Governor Andrew Cuomo's plan to produce the state's own antibacterial hand soap. Hey, Journey, welcome. Schools are taking their lessons online. Some communities are adopting quarantine procedures. What communities are adopting quarantine? Who wrote this shit? All right, some dude named Dave Combs, Combs. He wrote this on March 11th. I don't know who the fuck he is. All right, he ain't got no title in against himself. Oh, I guess this guy is an Uber driver of some sort. He done put some fucking man in a bubble shit around his car. Now let's talk about. We was in the office arguing about this shit, right? This this prisoner made soap. Now I did speak to my hand sanitizer. I did speak to my son yesterday. He ain't heard nothing about. He said, "You keep telling me stuff, mommy. We ain't heard nothing about this up in here, right?" So he ain't making no hand soap, no hand sanitizer. He ain't been asked to make no hand sanitizer. I already told him to decline making hand sanitizer. You know, the only way you're doing anything for government when government has you seized is if it means you get to leave. If your end date ain't moving up, you could go lay right back down inside your cell and just rest. Yes. And that is what his mama is telling him. You tell them I will just go lay back down in my cell and rest. Because we got plenty of time to lay down here and just rest. Do calisthenics or whatever, but you won't be making fucking soap for 63 cents an hour. No one does shit. Where we do that shit at? Anywho, he did not say. The governor said he would sell the New York Clean if people continue to price gouge the New York Clean. If they continue to price gouge hand sanitizer, he would sell his. But the prices was too high, so they made their own to distribute inside of the public buildings that they have to clean. Now, I'm sure New York Clean is in a lot of New York City employees' houses as we speak. But they can't go on camera and show you that they stole the government's property because, you know, if it's supposed to be in the office, cleaning the office, they can't go and show you that they done stole the shit but their house. But I'm sure it's in a lot of houses throughout New York right now. The New York Clean shit. Because that's all employees do is steal the products that the employer has there to use. They take for themselves. Ever been in somebody parks department employee? All the fucking cleaning solutions is in their house. They don't have to be stocking up because they already got half the shit half the time. All right, so this Lyft driver created this airtight seal in his car. Now I'm gonna show you a picture of this, right? Would you get in a man's car that did some shit like this? Let it focus for a second. Would you get in his fucking car that did some shit like that? And do you see the big ass box of tissue? Why do he need a box of tissue? Is his nose already running? Is he already fucked up? Got some damn cold? Every time I see somebody with a mask on, I'm saying they got some shit they don't want to give me. Now I got some shit I don't want to give them. I don't know what to say with these people because personally, I wouldn't be taking no Ubers right now. Like I don't know because the Uber driver. Oh boy. The FDA is forcing the CDC to waste time double testing some coronavirus cases. Okay, maybe they're not. Coronavirus, China's first confirmed COVID-19 case traced back to November 17th. Let's see what that's about. Okay, the first case of COVID-19 in China dates back to November, but the hunt before patient zero goes on. The first case of someone in China suffering from COVID-19, the disease caused by the novel virus, the novel coronavirus, can be traced back to November 17th. Chinese authorities have so far identified at least 266 people who were infected last year, all of whom. So listen, when you hear last year, just remember it was November. So it was like 4 months ago, not no fucking last year. Because when people be like, last year, they try to do that to make you think it was a while ago. It was 4 months ago, okay? So 4 months ago. Well, almost 5 months ago. But Chinese officials have so far identified at least 266 people who were infected last year, all of whom came under medical surveillance at some point. I know they do medical surveillance, but some of the cases were likely backdated after the health authorities had tested specimens taken from suspected patients. Interviews with whistleblowers from the medical community suggest Chinese doctors only realized they were dealing with a new disease in late December. Scientists have been trying to map the pattern of the early transmissions of COVID-19 since an epidemic was reported in the central China city of Wuhan in January, 2 months before the outbreak became a global health crisis. All right, I don't remember which influencer sent me to watch another person's channel here, right? And the person showed was being sent stuff from Wuhan where people was like falling out in the fucking street. Like the man was walking and just collapsed out in the street, and it was looked like something else just came in and scooped up the fucking person in the middle of the street. Like people were just dying, disappearing. And they were saying that the outbreak and the numbers there were much more higher than what was being conveyed to the real people, to the real world. What was being reported in the news, it was much more higher than that. Scientists have been trying to map it. All right. Understanding how the disease spread, I believe, is important. And determining how undetected and undocumented cases contributed to this transmission will greatly improve their understanding of the size of that threat. Again, if for New York, when you have this 55-year-old, and you know what? They posted a picture of him and his wife, right? And it must have been when they was 30. Because I was like, oh, is that what the 55-year-old guy looked like? Because in my head, I'm thinking some little old white, fat, gray-haired dude. But, you know, it looks like a young midlife. I don't know if that was a younger picture of him or if that was a current picture of him. But he just looked like a regular dude. Anyway, anywho, they still haven't said they was able to speak to him and get from him, ascertain from him where he got it from. Because see, he can't be ground zero. He had to be, he can't be our ground zero. He had to be somewhere. Everybody else around him has gotten it, so we are able to associate them with him. You understand? Because he went here, blah, 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 blah. But where did he get it from? And all they said was, we haven't been able to speak to him yet. Well, I don't think anybody even asked how he's doing at these press conferences anymore. I want to know how he's doing. I don't really catch him at the beginning of the press conference, and I don't be going back because I can't stand listening to de Blasio or most of them. So I can't go back in time and listen to them. But has anybody, any of you, heard anything about them giving any update on him? The only patient that we're getting updates on is the New Jersey dude, because he was vlogging And now all of a sudden he can't talk. Because I read a thing last night and they said the Jersey guy can't talk no more. He lost his speech. But I think what he's saying is that his lungs are so weak that he lost his speech. And that's it. Oh shit! I should plug in my company phone was dying when I went to bed. But before I go anywhere tomorrow, I'll be reading my company email before I leave my house. According to the government data seen by the Post, a 55-year-old Providence, a 55-year-old from Hubei. What the fuck is Hubei? Hubei. How do you pronounce that? Could have been the person to have contracted COVID-19 on November 17th. From that date onwards, 1 to 5 new cases were reported each day. By December 15th, the total number of infections stood at 27. The first double-digit daily rise was reported on December 17th, and by December 20th, the total number of confirmed cases had reached 60. On December 27th, the doctor from whatever that place is I couldn't pronounce, hospital of integrated Chinese and Western medicine, told China's health authorities that the disease was caused by a new coronavirus. By that date, more than 180 people have been infected, though doctors might not have been aware of all of them at the time. By the final day of 2019, the number of confirmed cases had risen to 266. On the first day of 2020, it stood at 381. While the government records have not been released to the public, they provide valuable clues about how the disease spread in its early days and the speed of the transmission, as well as how many confirmed cases Beijing has recorded. Okay, I still can't get over that they had the doctor sign a statement in his blood with his fingerprint. Now, I done seen a lot of shit here in the United States, but I am not signing shit in blood with my fingerprint voluntarily, because I'm sure that's just a fucked up way of signing something to say you're going to keep your mouth shut. Scientists are now keen to identify the so-called patient zero, which could help them to trace the source of the coronavirus, which is generally thought to have jumped to humans from a wild animal, possibly a bat. So they are still not giving up the bat talk. So this shit is still batshit crazy. Of the first 9 cases to be reported in November, 4 men and 5 women, none has been confirmed as being patient zero. They were all aged between 39 and 79, but it is unknown how many were residents of Wuhan, and the capital of Hubei, or whatever the fuck that place is called, and the epicenter of the outbreak. It is possible that there were reported cases dating back even earlier than those seen by the Post. According to the World Health Organization, so that's WHO, that's the WHO website, the first confirmed COVID-19 case in China was on December 8th. But the global body does not track the disease itself, but relies on nations to provide such information. So this is not independently verified. It's basically what they're saying. A report published in the medical journal, right? In medical journal, the Lancet, by Chinese doctors from, I don't know how to speak Japanese, Chinese, or Orientalese. So I don't know how to pronounce all this stuff. Whatever. Jinyantan. So I'm just gonna say Juntong Hospital in Wuhan. Don't y'all start fucking with me either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Juntong Hospital in Wuhan, which treated some of the earliest patients, but the date of the first known infection at December 1st. Dr. Ali Foon, the first known, y'all, I'm trying to speak Asianese. Okay. The first known whistleblower told People magazine, shit, people be trying to speak Ebonics. We don't be mad at them. I'm just saying. You gotta get all into this at some point. That was later censored. All right, so Dr. Aifun, the first known whistleblower, told People magazine in an interview that was later censored that tests showed that a patient at Wuhan Central Hospital was diagnosed on December 16th as having contracted an unknown coronavirus. No, his name is Dr. Ellie. Would y'all stop? I just told y'all his name. Dr. Afin. Afin. Come on. You ever order some Chinese food and they be like, and you be like, what the fuck is that? I haven't had Chinese food in years. No, that's a lie. Because I think when I first moved here, I tried to have the shrimp fried rice across the street. And I was like, that shit is it was nasty. Yeah, I'll never do that again. All right. Previous reports said that another doctor. Girl, because I always try to figure out if they was ever gonna say the same thing twice. You go in there and be like, can I have because I used to order, what was the egg foo young? So shit, I already thought that was saying it in Asianese. You know, egg foo young, right? And I got the vegetable egg foo young. And then all I hear is what the fuck is that? And then I was so special. I was like, which vegetables do you have? They're like, something has to happen. Disclaimer. I'm about as fake right now as somebody doing sign language at the bottom corner of my video. Remember when they arrested the person that was supposed to be doing sign language for the government? And they're like, yeah. If you don't like my vibe, don't subscribe. But if you do like my vibe, just understand that I'm just trying to make. That's what that shit probably. Yo. Hey, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I thought, translates to 2 rats and a rice to go. You know what egg foo young is? It's an egg. It's an egg with the vegetables inside of it. And some goddamn sauce. That no two people make the same sauce. I was like, did I ever tell? I don't. because I know in my home family, growing up, my mother did not buy no Chinese food because she Puerto Rican, right? So she don't eat other people's rice. She'll tell you that in a minute. She make her own rice. She ain't eat nobody else's rice. So there's no way we was going to the Chinese restaurant when I was a kid. So I might have experienced Chinese food at my friend's house or someplace else, but never at my house. The Chinese food was not, was not something that we got there, right? But so egg foo young was the safest thing that I could order because I didn't really know what that shit was gonna taste like. But it's supposed to be eggs. It's supposed to be an egg with a whole bunch of vegetables thrown inside of it. And you get the meat if you wanted to. I don't know. But when I moved into the P's, right, over in 40, that was the first time that I had Chinese food on a regular basis because we went there on a regular basis, me and my kids, right? That's where we ate at. Either you ate at Ock, and then I figured out that every corner store in Queens had an Ock. They go in there like, Ock, can I have like the fuck? His name is Ock too, so they be like, Ock, whatever. So they was always getting sandwiches at the corner store. I never did that because I don't like Ock. Ock and them have cats inside their fucking place. Many places that got cats, I can't fuck with it. Just running around inside the place because I didn't know then I'm allergic to cats. I know now, but I just couldn't fuck with places with cats. Anywho, when I left and when I moved out of there and I had Chinese food anywhere else, it never tastes the same. So I just gave up on Chinese food. Everywhere I tried it, and then ever since I came here on the YouTube, and I've been really trying to change my diet. It's been different. Just in case you didn't know, sir or lady, madam, sir, the reason why the title says let's talk about something other than potted meat is because most of the people that were here on the YouTube when I arrived that are subscribed to my channel, that make up my channel base of subscribers, are all talking about fucking potted meat. And I want them to know that I'm having a conversation other than that, because I'm talking about coronaviruses, being quarantined, getting your money out the motherfucking bank, buying food for your house while you're on quarantine, and what that looks like. Now, am I afraid to be quarantined? No. I love my child. I love my dog. I already quarantined my dog earlier this week. I already quarantined. I can't with you right now. This is fucking amazing. I can't with you right now. I can't with you right now. But I already quarantined my dog. I bought Pee-wee pad. I got a fucking case of those earlier. Well, when I went to Petco, I bought a case over the weekend. And I was like, I'm not walking Nuggy anymore out here because I'm afraid that he'll pick up something just, in other people's poop. And I ain't got doggy dollars to go to the doggy vet. Because if you think going to the human doctor is expensive, take a motherfucking pet to the vet. Every time you take a pet to the vet, you be contemplating oh shit, I'm gonna go get me some pet insurance tomorrow. I'm gonna write it down. Hold on a second. I need to go get my pet insurance. Yeah, I have to make sure I do that. Puppy towel. Who knows what they say? So that's the purpose of the title. The purpose of the title is just saying y'all preoccupied about, and this is my personal opinion. Um, you're too focused on, does a man have a job? We are probably entering one of the worst financial crises ever. And a lot of us who are employed today may not be employed in i- in the immediate near future, if that makes any kind of sense. Once companies start to look at this work from home model and they see what kind of work they get out of employees, right? Do you know the ramifications of this? We can get an employee to work from home. As an employee, you feel like you've cut down on your travel or whatever, right? So that means we got employees that will start their day earlier because they don't have to travel. These employers can now cut your work. So if you worked an 8-hour day, they're gonna be calculating how much work do I actually get out of an employee when they're home? About 4 hours. And if you get about 4 hours of work from them in their home, do you want to pay them an 8-hour salary? So you will get a lot of people that will get cut in pay because they take the structure of work from home. And if a business can really function on a work from home staff, from a telecommuting staff, what's the purpose of having a building? If you are a restaurant, if you are companies around companies that support the employees that go inside those buildings to work, you're losing revenue because they're not at work. Ask the food truck vendor how they lose when the employees are no longer physically going into a building to work. So there is a bigger consequence to these experiments or these social they're not social, they're financial experiments. So companies will reevaluate. They will also, I was on the phone with somebody else, and the person said, hey, the real Erin Collins. The person said, listen, um, what do you do for your people so while you are not here and we are backing you up, what, if anything, you need us to do, right? This woman said, oh, my people are independent. They're self-sufficient. Man, you should have seen us all in the group. We was like, oh, okay. So there's 5 of us on that whole 72 person spread, right? No, 27, 72. 72 person spread there, right? There's 5 of us. There's 5 of us supporting the 72 people, right? You want to say that your people don't use you? Girl, bye. You the first job down out of the 5 of us. We can count you out. But anyway, she incompetent anyway, so I wouldn't use her either. If I had to scale them, she'd be one of those. I'd just be like, so So that's that. What's up, Monica? Okay, y'all all saying hi to Erin Collins. So that's just crazy. That's just batshit crazy. So that's what the title is talking about. While you guys on here, most of the people that are subscribed to me and won't unsubscribe to me, so I can be set free out of this algorithm. I'll focus on where people work at, what people said they ate, who's destroying. You know, y'all focus on one set of people when in the reality, there is more shit going on. Good night on Black Truth. There's more shit going on in the real world that you're not even talking about. So the entertainment is more important to y'all than the real shit. I mean, I hope that I don't have to use this platform to come and really report gory details of being sheltered in place. And you know, I'm listening to the change in language as we describe how stuff is how this stuff translates. You understand? I came from Sandy, you know, where we were sheltered in place. We hear the language shelter in place if we have to deal in a mass shooting. But now, you know, so we have been contained for several other reasons. And me personally, I'd rather be concealed in my home, safely tucked away inside my home, than being on a subway, being exposed to other motherfuckers who won't take the initiative to stay away from people when they are ill. And we are living in a society where everybody must work. So because they must work, they find themselves compelled to come in. But when you hear the person that has been impacted crack a joke and talk about, well, we all gonna be walking around like zombies. They act like we all gonna be walking around like zombies. I have to say that is really insensitive, inappropriate. She just caused, I forgot how many people did I say was on my side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on my side of the whole fucking building, on that floor where I gave you the 27 count, there was only 6 in my section, including her ass. She's 7. 1, 2, 3 left. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 stayed, 3 left. And the only reason why I stay is because I'm the settlement person. And I always have to stay no matter what until settlement happens. I can't leave before settlement happens. And I'll be standing at the door sometimes looking at my BlackBerry waiting for settlement. Well, it's not a BlackBerry anymore, but I'll be looking for settlement to happen at the elevator shaft. I'll be standing there waiting to press the button, waiting for the email to come. When I think, you know, because there's a certain time, because if they don't settle by a certain time, then they have to do all this other stuff. There's like 1,000 other steps. So, what? And I can't do those steps from home. Oh, that explains why they was giving me all that other stuff. I was getting emails just, well, you know, I was just shut down anyway. Because I shut down when I'm angry. Because there comes a point where I can't express myself. So, there comes a point when I can't express myself, because if I express myself, I will be without a job. So I have to sometimes take a seat back and sit down and be like, and that's what I do. And it's so weird because they know when not to ask me nothing. And that's it. And I just was like, because if this motherfucker coughed one more time next to me, I was just about to. And then he had the nerve to tell me he's coughing because I keep spraying the Lysol. The Lysol is cutting his breath. And I was like, well, your coughing is killing me too. He said, the spraying the Lysol is causing him, you know, giving him problems breathing. I looked at him. I said, coughing is killing me. What the fuck? You think I care about you having a problem with the Lysol right now when your ass is fucking coughing up a storm? Take your ass home. This is the problem. Then they said, you know, you got to make friends with security. And security is like, yeah, they've been sending people home all fucking day long. And I won't be surprised that they sending people home all fucking day long because people go to work because they have to when they are sick. When the simplest shit is to stay home. The job gives you sick days. Use the motherfuckers. Now I happen to be fortunate and, you know, in my employment, but they be killing me not using them. When you watch the video of those Chinese people passing out, was like zombie-ish. Okay, MATC. The woman who made the statement, okay, is a woman whose son's school was closed down because of being in, you know, it was a school closed down because some of the students that attended the school attended the synagogue that the person. So if you're in that scenario, why are you in the office? So we already have to deal with that scenario that you, and I'm not saying that the woman's son is contaminated or anything else, but he was self-quarantined, right? Or he was impacted by a quarantine. Why are you in the office? Gab, go back to bed. You ain't have to be up. I woke up to motherfuckers and threw bombs at people. I'm just saying, like, there's more stuff going on out here that we're not even, you know, there's more shit going on. And that's it. I just can't. Yeah. So you in the office and you're going to be the person to make a zombie comment? Now, it's bad enough we know about your exposure. And this is the comment, like, that is just highly inappropriate. And she said the shit, and it was like, the whole space was like, and granted, we watching you anyway. Everything you touch and shit, we on it. We sanitizing. And it ain't just me. The man you was talking to had his seat 10 miles back from you. And she was steady. And he was just steady moving back and shit. I was saying to myself, I would have been like, bitch, listen. And okay. Next level of conversation that I wanted to have. How are you communicating affection, love, greetings, salutations to people lately, right? We've been doing the elbow thing in the office, right? I was doing the, you know, thing, you know, when I say, have a good night. There's some people that, you know, I see them, they be, right? So we substitute that with, you know, that's that one. Yeah, she should, yo. I was saying to myself, I said, and I'm not even going to be nice about it. You know, I have a clean desk space, right? I've even put in some acrylic containers now on my desk that I just bought myself. I got some wire mesh shit that we got around the office, right? I got the corner one because I got books inside of there. You know, I'm the book girl, right? Then I got one that I bought that's a corner spin, right? That I put the pens I don't use in. And I got one of these when I bought this one for my house. I bought one of these for my desk, right? Which I then now have cleaned out a spot inside my desk that I put it in. Because people come to your desk and they use your pen. So if I'm not at my desk, this is what somebody will do. They will leave me, they will take a post-it, write with my pen, and leave me a message. Hate that. So I keep all my stuff locked up anyway. All the time. You gotta open your shit. I'm a hot fucking mess. I'm not a germaphobe, but I don't want you touching my shit, and then I gotta touch your shit afterwards. Some of these people, it's been reported, especially the men, go to the bathroom, don't wipe their hands afterwards. All kinds of shit be going on, right? I don't want to know about it. I don't want to feel that kind of way about it. So, yeah, it's heart wrenching. It's just heart wrenching. That part is hard. It's a hard adjustment. I'm gonna take my ass to bed. I don't know if Trump is gonna throw any more bombs anywhere overnight. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm still gonna say cash rules everything around you. G, hit the bank, get your cash. Be sustainable up in there. There are times when I want my money to work for me, and then there's times I just want my money. This is an event where I want my money, because if I have to buy my way through something, my money is going to get it. Having plastic, they can control how much money you have because they control how much money they let you get. And I have completely seen that the daily withdrawal amounts have went down on the bank. Now, I am in this part of the area. I am definitely, when I get downtown in the 34th Street area, going to go to the local branch over there and see what their limits are. Because normally when you go and you log in, when you put your card inside an ATM machine over there, they have $1,000 options at a time. Here, the option went, the options on the screen yesterday was $20, $100, and $200 with a $200 limit. Normally, I think I see a $300 and a $500, like the preset buttons, but they had already changed it, and the damn shit said there was a $200 withdrawal amount. No, bank, you're not keeping my motherfucking money. No. And be telling me, because banks leverage your money every day to cover their promises on the market. And with the market dropping, they need your money to stay in the bank as much as possible, because it's your money that they're gambling with. I ain't got time for that. The true Black person always, before we started to buy into, we need to put our money into the banking system. And we listen to people telling us how we need to make money, how we need to make our money work for us, like the other people make their money work for us. We used to always get a hard cash check, handwritten check, go down to the check cashing place, get our money. We were the worst thing that happened to them in terms of being able to grow their capitalism, because we were cashing our money and keeping it under our pillows. They don't like that. That is anti-system. But at some point in time, like we talk about, we need to invest in this, and we need to do this, and we need to be where they are. We also need to keep our money as well. You don't want to be running risks of, I just got my money sitting there. Now, I'm not going to tell you the bank ain't going to give you your money eventually, but I am going to tell you that I'm going to get my money now. I need my money now. Because if I have to go across the border, the same border that this fool don't want the people coming across, we as Americans, we might be looking to cross into some of these borders to get away from the shit going on in our own country or whatever the hell is going on over here. What happens if people start closing their borders to us? We might need to get away from here. You know, I'm just saying. But I'm going to get my money. You don't have to go get your money, but I'm going to get my money. That's all I know. I'm just going to say that one time. What you mean? Watch how I'm stalking you get it. What are you talking about? The lady just had me so mad. I was so mad with her. And that British dude just walked right out. He's new too. And do you know how those British people talk? You know how they be so blunt about stuff, and you be like, did that person just say that? He was just like, I can't. I can't. He just stormed out. I was like, and then I got the best seat in the house, allegedly. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I can see every damn thing down this place. And that's it. It's just crazy. I'm over it. Anyway, enjoy your pot of meat conversations. Be careful out there. I'm definitely going to exercise some kind of restraint on my own. And I don't give a damn who's watching on the YouTube, because at the end of the day, right? It's first of all, it's not who's watching; it's the haters that I don't care. Again, in life, you say the shit that you're willing to repeat, or don't say the shit at all. I'm willing to repeat exactly anything I felt because it's weighing heavily on my whole thought process about all of this stuff anyway. That zombie comment was like ground dodo bird for me. I just was like, we're gonna be all walking around like zombies. They act like we're gonna all be walking around like zombies. Bitch, people like you have us walking around like zombies. And she did it in such a laughable. It was just like, nah. But some people don't think shit stink. So just it. You know, I have to explain to my whole child when I get a moment that she works in an organization that has more than 500 people gathered, that at some point it's going to be closed down. And she says to me, the CEO of my company, unless they send a warrant or something, is not going to close the shit down. Oh, excuse me. I got to see this. So, you know, I got to be sitting front and center for this, you know? And I never wanted my children to feel as if they have to work to survive. But eventually I won't be here and they will have to work to survive. It's a mindset I have to get out of, but I still have the opinion that as long as I'm holding shit down, you're just work like it's like it's just crazy. Like I'm just looking at her like I ain't even saying, and I'm not even saying too much. I'm not even talking about the exposure to people, because right now they're trying to make it seem like the youth are immune to it, but they close the universities. They close the universities because the staff is old. And to be quite honest, um, when's the last time you went on a cruise? And that reminds me about saying something else. When's the last time you went on a cruise and you took your fucking 2-year-old and your toddler with you when you went on a cruise? The people impacted by this disease were on a cruise first here. Most of the people that went to Egypt was on a cruise. I'm sure they didn't take their kids on the cruise with them. Who else? So we don't have any statistics from it. Who else? These people was flying places. They were not places where kids congregated. The only way kids were gonna get it is when the educators who went on these cruises and did all of these events, participated in all these overseas activities, then come into the classroom to educate the kids and expose them because they're with them for 6+ hours a day in self-contained units, the classroom, spreading whatever they've picked up from wherever they've been. And once children get it, we're fucked because kids sneeze, cough, spit, hackle, talk to each other. I'm watching them on the train, and fucking teenagers kill me because on the train, the teenager gets on the train, knowing the circumstances that we in, these motherfuckers are gonna go and everybody's looking at them, and I'm saying immature fucks. But then again, we got a twisted youth here. We got some people don't understand, what their body parts are. They confused. They got all kinds of shit going on. So we're in a state of So it's crazy. Now, Bayonne had a whole ship sitting there for how long? They had a whole cruise ship sitting on its outskirts with patients on there, similar to the situation that was going on in up there on the West Coast somewhere, right? Bayonne had its own situation. The woman told me yesterday that she got an alert that said the Bayonne schools were closed and their lives were about to change, be inconvenienced for a period of time. Unprecedented inconvenience. Correct. And these travelers, remember, in New York City, the schools were closed for a week for President's Day. Teachers often take trips. They went to Italy. They went to all kinds of shit in that week. They went to hot places or whatever to get a break. That's what the teachers did. Then the teachers brought their ass back into the classroom and they were with the students. That's what the concern is with the educational. That's what the education concern is. In New York, they always say we got 1.2 million school children. Oh, really? Imagine 1.2 million school children coming up with being exposed to something like this. So that could be just catastrophic. Yes. Traveling places where people, you understand, and this is going to be a very controversial conversation right now. They travel to places where there are no vaccinations or they don't have a vaccination program like we have in the United States. So they are picking up shit. We got unvaccinated people coming here all the time. I heard Governor, I don't know what Rubio is now, but I heard Rubio telling the people in Florida it's a matter of time because they have everybody coming through there. You got Disneyland closing their shit. They're like, oh, we closing Disneyland. You got people went to a fucking rodeo. Somebody was up there in Dallas, and all I keep seeing coming through my feed, they're trying to figure out how they're gonna refund people. That's the least of your worry. You give the people back their money. We're gonna reevaluate how we interact, but tomorrow, so let me be the tomorrows after this event is over, people will go back on just doing things as quid pro pro. But again, whatever's happening now in March, to me, is not the issue. It may go to the end of the month, to March 31st. Um, but I feel like the next winter is going to be the big. When we come into the fall, first of all, we may get hit. We haven't had much winter up here we ain't had much winter in New York, New Jersey in the past 2 years. We had a little something something last year for a second. The year before that, the 2018 winter, we had some snow. We had some good days, right? 2019, we had one or two storms. It wasn't that serious. I can't even remember shoveling. Really, I know I bought a shovel, but I can't remember using it since I've been here. And but I did use it in 2018, but 2019 not so much. 2020 we had no activity thus far, and I'm surprised we haven't had a snow in March because we normally get one snow in March. So we have this early spring, but we're going to at some point get hit. So if you are starting to stockpile your shit in the event, in preparation for the winter to come, the upcoming winter. You're going to enjoy your summer, but prepare yourself for the winter. Because when this comes back, and there's still no vaccination, because there'll be no vaccine or no cure for it, because they'll be still trying to develop it and figure out who ground zero was for the root of it. That's when it's going to come back with a vengeance. And if it jumped from monkeys or whatever, bats, I said monkeys, but it was bats. If it jumped from a wild animal into a human, and then now it's human to human, yeah. If it jumped from those type of places to places, uh, you have to be weary of what's really going on. All right, I'm gonna end there. I'm gonna go back to sleep, and that's it. I will not be here at 7 a.m. my time, 4 a.m. other people's time. This was it for today because I plan to leave out early because I have a lot of shit to do tomorrow. I want to do my laundry in Jersey. And I want to go food shopping in Jersey. I want to finish doing everything I need to do in Jersey in anticipation. I'm looking like a whole big, what do you call those people? Amish lady. Yeah, I hate this one. This scarf right here is too silky. But you wear the silk scarf to keep the hair to stay flat, especially when I'm just wearing that ponytail like that. The that's how I get the hairs to stay down with only having to use minimum gel. Anyway, this is Mo. I'm gonna go. Good night, all.